Alright, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back to FSL. And now, this time, we're going to be having Warlock.Fatale versus TiAMAT. TiAMAT is a recurring
Select your
team coming back
agent.
to the FSL. And I do believe for Warlock.Fatale, this is pretty much their first time taking part as a team, but some of them have participated in FSL before.
Yeah, I think so. Especially in the previous one,
Hmm.
FSL Valorant Open 4. So a little bit of experience there, but of course coming up against a team like TiAMAT who have been, playing basically in the third FSL. I think this is their fourth time participating in FSL
Yeah,
actually. So it looks like we are just going to rehost because
yeah.
there are a little bit of bugs here and there.
Not due to unfortunate circumstances, they do have to start yet again as well. Sorry. Oh, okay. We have had some technical difficulties coming up from these players right here. But you know what? We have Vietnam versus Philippines here right now. Super excited.
Yeah.
Rarely get to see some Vietnamese teams participating in basically any tournament so far. But in terms of Southeast Asia wise, I would love to be able to see more teams coming out from different parts of this region. Myanmar, Vietnam, Brunei. I would just want to see more players from
Absolutely.
different sides of this region.
Speaking of Vietnam, I seem to recall Ban Hai Bai Dep. Do you remember that
Ban Hai
from
Bai Dep.
the
Yeah, yeah,
previous one that we
yeah,
did? That was a Vietnamese team. I wonder
yeah.
if they're in this the fifth FSL Valorant
You know
Open.
what? That's a good question. I would like to find out as well.
Right?
Let us know in the comment section down below if they're actually still in the tournament.
Let us know who you're
If-
supporting.
yeah, let us know who you're supporting, especially in this current matchup right now. Warriors Fatale versus TiAMAT. I do believe that in Vietnam, esports is huge over there. It's huge. It's literally like an idol-based type of thing, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you wear the jersey, everybody knows what team they're from and stuff like that, and they get massive viewership and massive like engagements when it comes to just posting on social media for Vietnam and when it comes to esports and yeah, really would love to see more teams from different countries in this region, man. We've seen a lot of teams from Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines. These are the very, common teams, but we'd like to see more. Don't be shy. Come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Join, like the FSL FPS page, join the tournaments, even if you're just a new player, maybe you're trying to improve, maybe you're looking for some competitive experience, maybe you're looking for a team. I'm pretty sure FSL has a Discord somewhere, or
Yeah, they do
just,
have a Discord.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Join it, LFT, ask someone to pick you
Yeah.
up.
But just like Kitsune earlier on, the
Exactly.
five of strangers coming together to play in tournament, and I think they probably have a lot of experience. They already get a lot of experience just by participating in this tournament. So if you're interested to participate in a tournament, and you don't have a team, what better way to try out in FSL?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is how you guys start. And keep in mind, Kitsune, even though they lost against Affinity earlier on, they're not out yet.
yeah,
We
they're not
have a
there.
new format.
Yeah,
It's double elimination.
best out of one, double elimination. So if you lose the first match, is perfectly fine. You can still have a
Yeah,
chance.
you get sent into the lower bracket, but
Mm.
if you are able to climb your way back, you have another chance to come and play in the playoffs tomorrow.
Well, yeah, you're right. Which is gonna be huge.
That's what we're all here to see. So playoffs, I think, I'm expecting. It's a little bit early, I know, and I'm hedging my bets here, but I believe. Do you recall a team called Seven Sins?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna think that they're gonna be in the playoffs tomorrow.
Aren't yeah.
A little bit of a
I
biasness there because they are, we've seen them before, and they have a couple of players from Singapore as well, and they're that team that's kind of mix and match. They got, I think, two Singaporeans, two Malaysians, and one Indonesian.
Seven deadly
Something.
sins.
Not
Oh
seven deadly,
oh,
seven
there's two
sins.
different.
Yeah,
There's
two
seven
different
deadly
teams.
sins and seven sins. Okay.
Yeah, but they have a lot of talent, and one player that stands out is Kohaibi. She is this
Mm.
female. I think she used to play CS:GO competitively.
Yeah, I've actually watched her streams once in a
Yeah,
while.
she
Yeah, she
streams,
streams.
and
She's always in my recommended.
mm,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. She always gets like 100-ish viewers. Freaking,
Mm-mm-mm.
that's nuts. And she streams under the Resurgence banner.
Mm-hmm.
She plays with an insane sensitivity, dude. Can you guess how high?
Um, no, I cannot actually. Maybe
She
like
plays with
1600 DPI.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. 1600 DPI. Most players you go 800, maybe 400 if you really want to have that extra low sensitivity. She goes 1600 and her in-game sensitivity is 2.118. Exactly. Thank you, production.
I like how you know exactly what.
It's
I like
crazy.
how I like how you know exactly what the sensitivity is.
It's
Wow.
I mean that's one of her she has that command in her stream, exclamation mark sense and it's 2.118. She's real proud of it.
You must have watched the person a
Couple
lot.
of times
Yeah.
here and there,
Yeah.
but that's insane. Reminds me of players like Simple from Counter-Strike. They play with such a high sensitivity and somehow they still are able to frag. That is I have no idea how you do
I
that.
think it's probably because of ever since they were younger, they did that.
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, I mean, it all depends on how used you are to high sensitivity.
True, true.
Especially when you play high sensitivity, you can definitely tell that your playstyle is very different as well. When you
Mm.
have high sensitivity, you're more of a very aggressive player because you depend more on fast flickings, and if you can get faster flickings, take it over to advantage. So that's why she plays. I think she plays a lot of Reina,
Ah,
a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
duelists as well, right? That's pretty much one of the reasons why
Suppose so.
she goes in really fast and gets really fast kills when you have high sensitivity because you don't naturally would do very well when it comes to like long range fights.
Mm.
That's why
The
you see.
minor adjustments make
Yeah,
it a little bit more difficult, huh?
exactly. I think we're gonna go for a short break, but before that, we're gonna. Oh, never mind. I think
They managed
I like.
to fix the
I
technical
feel bad
issues.
for the staff. The staff typed out something like a paragraph. I'm like, oh yeah, and then you just said, oh, never mind. Like,
Never mind.
never mind.
We're
We're
ready.
gonna start right now. Okay. I was like, oh, I haven't even finished reading that. Just straight up like, never mind. I was like, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I just want to read your message, bro.
I mean, that's, things happen. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You got that going on.
And
But
well, let's go back to the sensitivity thingy. It's all about long range, lower sensitivity better. Close range, high sensitivity better. But before that,
easier
we're
to
gonna give
flick.
shout outs to the sponsors,
There we go.
which is none other than Dreamcore. We have Super Solid, Yahoo, as well as Intel. With that being said, we're gonna start straight into the second match of the day. It's going to be Warlocks.Fatale versus TiAMAT here in Bind.
That's right. And I believe Warlocks.Fatale are the ones who are attacking, and TiAMAT are the defenders, although I could be corrected on that. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but taking a look at the agent compositions, right? We have a Cypher and a Killjoy. That's going to be interesting on attack.
I mean, I think they're banking more on the defender side. They're playing a very, very defensive composition here on the side of Warlocks.Fatale. If you can look, they have an Omen. They only have one duelist, which is none other than the Raze. They don't have a Jet to actually dash in or like get the kills, and they don't even have a Flash as well. So this type of composition, I mean, they do have a Flash coming out from the side of the Omen, but that's just one
not,
Flash.
yeah.
That's not very, very, you know, I would say optimal when it comes to like getting the flashes. But then again, I feel like this is somewhat similar. But on the other side, oh my god, not even similar. They have tons of flash actually. They have the Phoenix and they have the Breach. So you can definitely
Exactly.
tell that on the defending side, TiAMAT, they're playing for retakes a lot. So right now, you're gonna see a lot of retakes coming up from TiAMAT. We expect to see a retake coming from TiAMAT. Whereas on the side of Warlocks.Fatale, they're banking everything on the defending side.
Yeah, they have to be. I mean, you have a double Sentinel setup. That's, basically 2 anchors on each side, probably, and that will be very advantageous, but only on defense, and this is where things are a little bit iffy. Of course, though, Cypher can be played for a little bit more of that intel gathering agent if you're on attack. But that all depends on how you have your camera set up. If it gets taken out super early, that's going to be a little bit unfortunate. So
Yeah, also at the same time, when you on Warlocks.Fatale, if you look at the composition, since they have such a very defensive composition, which means they're gonna be able to like stop the flanks coming through from behind really well. They have the Cypher camera, they have the Cyber Trip wires, they also have the Killjoy turret, and that's gonna be a lot of intel from flanks.
A lot of intel. But so far, this is going to be the start. We have an early boombot being deployed down B long. And it seems like Prudence somehow has taken a couple of shots as well, down to 74 points of health. And here comes push goes in. Prudence finds the first shot onto TiAMAT. And all of a sudden, I think they're trying to fall back. And this is a retake team that we want to see. Oh no, what happened, Moonstar? Omelette, though, just going to make use of the broken eggs, trying to fry something up. Finding 2 shots, taking down 2 members over from Warlocks.Fatale. 3v3 retake here, trying to make it happen. But look at how Warlocks.Fatale are just holding them off, right? Look at the positions they're playing. So far back, it's just an easy firefight at this point. A couple of trades back and forth. Chidori trying to stick it, but at 10 points of health, a single shot will be able to pull her off. And Chao Kang will find the hit shot onto Lizotti. And this is going to be 1-0. Pistol round taken away by Warlocks.
That is actually quite a messy first round from both teams.
Yeah.
Surprisingly on the side of the blue team, they were very aggressive when it comes to slowing down their pushes. They didn't actually wait for the rotations coming from the enemy team. They just actually, all of them just went in, tries to get a kill. And especially when you're playing breach, right? You really have to focus on retakes instead of just holding down the side and slowing the pushes in.
I think, what's her name? Moon something? She definitely got caught out there. Moonstar, there we go. Just kind of a little bit stunned and dazed, hiding behind the tube. But here we go. This is going to be the second round. Warlocks have bought up upgraded SMGs.
Oh
Meanwhile, we have a lot of shotties over by TiAMAT.
Oh my goodness.
This could be the first one. She is tagged as well, so trying to delay the remainder of...
he can also take the Spectre if he wants to, Moonstar. Yeah.
Trying to inch forward.
Oh, cage trigger. Zane actually manages to push through U-Haul. So he has this spot down. You also have the camera, and you also have the cyber cage, and then the cyber cage coming through. Chidori has the... Oh, man. I was gonna say he has the shotgun, but
yeah,
the range doesn't do justice.
Spike planted.
The range doesn't do justice. I mean, playing with shotguns, you typically want to, I guess, hold 90-degree angles a lot more. Peeking at that angle is just a little bit tough, but of course now Omelette should be able to make something happen here. She has the Spectre going in, flash blinded. And here we go as TiAMAT is able to pick up 2 as well. All of a sudden, it's all up to the Sova. How is Boo going to hold them off? TiAMAT just comes in and piles things up. A lot of lead, and all of a sudden she's able to stick the defuse.
That's a very, very interesting round. I would say that was already in favor of the red team, which is Warlocks.Fatale. They had a really good penetration throughout the A side. They actually managed to push through, especially done by the Cypher itself. But I'm not really sure that execution, just after the plan, was just really hard for them.
Absolutely. I think, you know, they kind of got stuck over by U-Haul, and just the fact that Omelette coming in with the Spectre that she picked up, no less, she was able to just clean things up and had a lot of kills to her bag there. So 1-1 is the score right now, and all of a sudden I think Warlocks, they're going to be looking a little bit worse than before.
At least they have the guns up right now. Oh, wow.
Oh my!
Whoa! Wow!
What a risky play, and she manages to come out of that one alive. Finds a headshot as well. Moonstar is going to be able to pick one up. And now Warlocks with the pistols. I don't know how they're going to be able to open up his sight. You can see the rotates are starting to go through as well over on that side. It's not going to be an issue. I mean, they have the rifles, so Warlocks are just, they need to be able to take at least one member down, possibly pick up a weapon before making a push go through.
Yeah, at this point I might as well just not give them the opportunity to kill you, and not use your utilities as well. You can save up utilities for the next rounds. Because right now economy is really important, especially throughout the first few rounds. You gotta figure out what you want to do, buddy.
Yeah, you can see that Tiger Lily is just kind of a little bit afraid to push through as well.
What do we do? I don't have a gun. I don't have a pistol. I only have a pistol. I only have a classic.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa. It's gonna get pushed by the yeah.
Oh.
It's gonna be 2-1 for TiAMAT.
Very, very comfortable position for TiAMAT here. I mean, they have the rifles and they have this economy that's starting to build up, right? We got 3,000-ish credits, and that's just going to turn into 4, possibly 5, maybe even 6. Meanwhile, the Warlocks, they should be able to, yeah, they will be buying up this round, but if they lose, that's going to be a little bit tougher for them to come back from. So the question is, how are they going to push this time? So far, if we take a look at how TiAMAT are playing, right, they're playing a lot of backwards positions, a lot further back, so that if they want to fall back and go in for the retake instead, they have that option to do so. That just seems like the Warlocks trying to get intel, but instead Linzaid will be able to find a little bit of intel, but losing 99 points of health in that fight.
Prudence already got a kill on Showers. Not gonna be able to like get this at least an opening here on A side. Which means they're gonna. Oh my goodness gracious me! Now they're gonna be able to get 1 kill. That's good for the second one onto Showers as well. Pi. Slowing it down. With a kill on towards Blue. Next one's gonna be Chao King. Going on towards Chao King gets a double kill. U-Haul is secured by the Element player here on Warlocks.Fatale. And now it's going to be a 2 versus 2 situation, and these two have flashes, so except for Moonstop, because
I know exactly where you are.
Neurotheft has been used on the side of Warlocks.Fatale. Right now, Omelette does have double flashes here, pushing through, gets a kill. One more to seal the deal. No, Tessa managed to survive. Doesn't even. Wait, what? Oh my goodness gracious me! Chao King actually did such a great job at securing that U-Haul and opening that A site for them. Or Warlocks actually. Oh man.
That was a little bit of a hairy situation back there. I mean,
that was so anticlimactic.
Yeah, Omelette was caught out with her hot hands, and then Chao King was caught out with her paranoia.
Like, oh man. It's all about timing, I guess.
It's all about timing.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're in the middle of a firefight, it's just a little bit tough to pull out your utility and deploy it that quick. So, I mean, if you're not behind cover, I guess Omelette can just swing on you like that, you know? So, here goes. This is the 5th round, and we have an early trade-off from Moonstar and Chao King.
Very early.
Very, very early. 4-4. And, I mean, on the defender's side, I think it's just a lot more weakened, right? They have to kind of possibly go for a 2-2 split defense. Instead, though, seems like we have a run-it-back push from Phoenix on Omelette's side. This is very aggressive.
Whoa, no!
Oh, the spike gets dropped!
Oh, you love to see it, I guess?
I don't think that was planned.
That was not planned at all.
But it works out in the end. So here comes Omelette looking for even more. She's going to be able to pick Chao King up. And this is where Phoenix shines. You know, you take the firefight. If you're alive, you can just heal right back up. She still has her blaze, no less. 2 more kills and she'll be able to get her hot hands back up once more. Zato will be able to pick things up, and Shidori cleans it off. 4-1 is the score, and TiAMAT are showing this is, you know, once again, right, they've been playing FSL 3rd time, 4th time. They have the experience. They know how to play the game. Although, Omelette back there with the push with the ultimate, not planned, but it works out.
I think they expected that to happen. They knew that the running back was coming through, so they were like, yo, let's rotate. Let's dip out. Let's rotate because the running back is here, right? But maybe not let your, you know, the ones that's carrying the bomb to go last.
Maybe.
You know? But then again, you would never really expect that as well sometimes. Like, it's such a minuscule thing to take note of. And then just small, minor details actually make such a big difference.
A little bit tiny, but you know what else is tiny? It's the Sheriff, and Prudence will be able to convert that into headshot. Kill Pi, though, will be able to trade things up, and it's, again, the early 4-4 trade. Omelette, though, gonna try to sneak into this corner, gonna get spotted out. just by the shoulder. The flash comes in, and Blue is unable to convert it into a kill. And this is going to be another ultimate orb for Omelette again. And you know she's banking on building up that run it back ultimate.
I really like the patience from Pai as well. Understands that she's really low HP, so... Oh!
Wow.
That Hunter Suit actually helped him out really well.
Oh.
You should run.
Don't want to get killed by a turret. Definitely don't want to get killed by a turret. But looking at the ultimates, right? Okay, so here it comes. The Killjoy lockdown has been deployed. And this is just going to buy a bit of time, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah. It's a 2 versus 4 as well.
Chowking is in a pretty good position though, but with the Spectre, they're looking for her. A little bit of a spray, but it's not going to be enough as Tiger Lily's the last one remaining. Spectre in hand, and I think they're sticking the defuse at this point. She's just unable to pick another kill. So
5-1, playing retakes really well. This discipline coming out from TiAMAT, knowing their composition, knowing what the agents can do. The retakes are doing they're doing a really good job at retaking. I think all of these have been diffusers so far, except for the previous one, which was the bomb being dropped. But yeah, have you heard of what happens when a Killjoy, the voice lines when a Killjoy and a Sova uses the ultimate at the same time?
No, what happens?
Killjoy would say, "You should run," and then Sova would say, "There's nowhere to run." The other day I was playing, I was streaming, and then that happened. I was like, someone pointed it out on my chat. I was like,
You should
run.
There's
nowhere to run.
They're kind of having
like,
a neat little conversation.
What am I? So which one should I do? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, should I run?
Man.
Should I stay? I don't know.
You should hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Well, something like that. But anyway, coming back to the game, it looks like Warlocks, they need to make a change here. But it's very difficult, right? Like you mentioned, TiAMAT with the composition that they have, they're playing so safe, and they're going for retakes. It works out completely in their favor. So Warlocks, it's an early smoke. They want to get the plant down, and they probably will be able to do so. Prudence has her ultimate, though. That could be huge. Oh, the Hellfire comes in as well, and that could possibly just force them off. I think it was meant to deny the plant, but unfortunately came in a little bit too late. But here it comes. This is the retake again. Moonstar and Pai able to find 2, and Prudence will be able to trade things off. But 2v4, it's the exact same scenario. How are they going to pull this off?
Yeah, and also the Cypher is still here. Lin Zunde might actually be able to stop this plant here. I mean, it's a diffuse. No, I think it's not going to be able to. He doesn't have enough time.
One enemy remaining.
But yeah, it's all about discipline, man. When you have this kind of composition, it's all about discipline at the end of the day. It's all about retakes, and that's going to be another diffuse on the side. Yeah, I can't see the diffuse here right now, but gonna probably be able to see a lot of diffuse on when you see the end of the game screen. Yeah.
I mean, just looking at how they've been playing TiAMAT, they just it's always far backwards positions. They're not going for aggressive peaks. I mean, only to get intel at the most. But even then, say someone like Omelette when she's on Phoenix, she only goes in for the aggressive shot when she knows that she has that. And Pai this time will switch things up, finding the first shot onto Prudence over by B long. Now Luxottl's doing it.
Everyone's getting kills here in this team. Everyone's getting kills. As I see that, everyone's getting killed on the other team as well. It's going to be a 3 versus 3.
Cage trigger.
The Cage has been. He has the camera as well. Now they're going to rotate towards B, and no one's in B. This is such a great opportunity, but Omelette's come from behind, and they have no idea because no one came through long.
Oh my word, Omelette is
And
setting up for a huge flank here.
Planted.
Flank goes down by B. The turret is there, so she's just trying to find them. But look at this. Warlocks, once they get the plant, they always do this, right? They just go back into backwards positions and hide. And whether it's Octagon, look at...
Is this the backstep of backsteps of backsteps?
Nope. It's not. Omelette's just way more prepared.
Yeah, Chidori's gonna get taken out by the shot fault. Man,
TiAMAT.
I felt like that could have been so well done if they were just more patient. Omen didn't really need to push that hookah. They could have just both stayed on hook long. But yeah, 7-1 right now. TiAMAT doing such an amazing job at just finding out the little crooks and like corners that Warlocks.Fatale is actually missing. And one thing I want to note as well when it comes to draft, I feel like right now TiAMAT's just has a better agent composition. They don't really have like, how are you gonna play if you're on defending side? All you gotta do is just wait.
Yeah.
Right? All you gotta do is just wait, because you're playing for retake. You're not gonna try to go for the flanks and backstabs. You're not gonna push in. You just wait.
For sure, and I think it's a little bit tougher for the Warlocks to push in through as well because they don't have flashes. It's a little bit tougher for them to clear corners and like that. Every time they try to push through, it's always dry peaks, and the TiAMAT team will just capitalize on that.
Yeah, and you have to there's only one person that can flash. That's gonna be Chao King. So.
Bigger question on my mind is how are Warlocks going to play when it's when they switch sides? When they're on defense because they have a double sentinel setup, could they possibly mount a winning streak then?
Zena gets a pick up onto its Chidori right now, and this is going to force a rotate coming up from Chao King. It's going to push in towards A side instead.
I know exactly
But
where you
Hyper actually did a lot of damage onto its Cypher player. It's going to be Linzade, 27 HP.
Managed to sneak into U-Hall,
Spike
but here it
planted.
comes. It's the retake game once more. 4v3 this time though, but getting caught out from the back even though you tried to teleport away. And all of a sudden Prudence is the last one alive with only blast packs and a rifle. She's not going to be able to do much, and Moonstar will deliver the final shot. This is going to be 8-1.
Yeah, going back to what they should do on defense, there isn't really much you can do if you think about it. Just agent composition wise. Look at how much initiation they have on TiAMAT. They have 2 flashes, 2 separate initiators. They have the duelist on Phoenix, and then they have the flash on Phoenix. I mean, they also have the flash on the breach as well. They have so many good ways to initiate, and also they also have intel, which is over, right? And then maybe I don't know. The Brimstone could have actually been better if it was an Omen, but it all comes down to preference, right? But when it comes to just initiating team fights alone, I feel like they just have so much potential, so much better potential actually, when it comes to comparison to Warlocks.Fatale right now.
Absolutely. Warlocks once more tries peeking it, but Omelette will miss her shot, and Prudence will be able to make a kill happen there. Linzade picks up another one as well. So 4v3 right now. The retakes and the rotates are coming through over from TiAMAT's side. It looks like it's going to put Warlocks in a bit of a pinch, but look at this. Right? Every time they get their plant, they're just going to fall back. We'll be able to find Luxotl.
Turrets destroyed.
I mean, what else can you do? You have to, but everyone going towards long, I don't know about that, Chief.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure as well. So they're going to tap and bait the peek from coming through, and that's exactly how they'll take Linzade down. Tiger Lily will be able to find Pai though, so it's just a matter of playing out the time this scenario. Oh boy.
He's waiting for the Hunter's Fury.
Yep. Not even necessary because they don't even have time to do
Yeah, exactly. And Chidori got taken out as well.
So not all hope is lost
yeah.
for the Warlocks. 8-2 is the score right now, and they can just repeat this, right? But then again, I think the only way that they were able to open up the site this time was because Omelette missed her shot on Prudence over by B long.
Yeah.
Once they were able to get that initial frag, the side was opened up. They can push in as a team and clear up corners out together instead of using flashes.
Oh, they're actually gonna triple peek this. They're gonna flash in together with the Brimstone and just go in. No flash at all, utilizing the team pick as well. Moonstar getting 1 pick. The flash is coming through. Oh, it's gonna be a big miss on the flash, but it's perfectly fine. One more on the left side as well.
What?
Yeah, this is the confidence coming from TiAMAT. They know exactly what their enemy team is gonna do after downloading, you know, their strats a little bit. They understand that they're a team that always sticks together because they have no choice but to
Yes.
stick together.
no choice but to stick together. And I think this is the second or third time that they've pushed B long now.
They
So
found my wire.
flipping the table is going to be Linzaid. She's looking for the flank, or she just wants to pick up the spike.
I'm
But-
surprised no one is looking at his bike right now.
Yeah,
I have retrieved the spike.
a little bit odd. But then again, in a 1v4 scenario, even if she has the spike, how is she going to be able to take them out one by one? It's going to be a little bit tough to pick these individual fights head on. It looks like she's going to collide with the Brimstone here. I mean, the Breach. But Moonstar will come out of that one victorious. 9-2 is the score. TiAMAT
Last round in the half.
very, very comfortable.
I feel like one of the easiest ways for them to actually at least have a higher chance of, securing a site is by making your enemies utilize their abilities. Like especially the breach, and you kind of have to find out exactly where the breach is. So don't go where the breach is,
Can I get a drop?
or,
Thanks.
or maybe
You want to bait out
bait out the
yeah.
abilities. Bait out the abilities as much as possible from the enemy team, knowing that they have so many utilities that can slow you down.
Because then they won't be able to retake as well, right?
Yeah.
So, question is, Warlocks, are they going to be able to play into that strategy? Looks like they're just trying to get intel in and try to open up the site instead. I mean, they've been doing the same thing, but it's not working out. They're peeking, they're trying to find and
Oh,
get a single frag or so. Looks like Prudence is going to eat one laser beam there. It's not too bad yet. Aldro comes in to try to gather a little bit of intel. Oh, that was scary. Early shock dart artillery, and that's going to be that little bit of utility being spent over from TiAMAT's side. But look at this. You know, they're just walking into sites and picking fights, losing that at times, and this is where things start to fall apart. It's 4v4 on both sides, and it looks like the Warlocks are trying to push through into B.
oh, someone DC'd actually.
Oh, but in the middle of the round.
30 seconds left.
There's no pause. You can't pause during
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Oh, that's it.
One player standing.
It's all up to the killjoy here. Well, not all hope is lost because even
10
if they
seconds
lose
left.
this round, right, it's 10-2. This is where we switch sides, and this is where possibly the Warlocks
Yep.
will be able to shine because of their double Sentinel setup.
They're supposed to be a very, very defensive base. They have the Omen, they have the Cypher, they have the Killjoy as well. I mean, Sova has a really good intel gathering agent, and they only have one person that can actually duel, which is going to be the Raze. But the
Switching
biggest issue
sides.
in this attacking phase for this team, it was the fact that they didn't have a flash, an initiator, no Sky, no breach, no duelist that can initiate, no jet, and to just rush in, no Phoenix to flash, no Rain to flash. So people, maybe these are like the nice people in rank. They'll be like, I don't want to pick duelist. You all pick duelist. I'll be the
I'll
anchor.
support for you.
I'll be support. I'll play Sage all the time.
Yeah. Let me smoke for you, and then you can go and flash.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with
instead.
you, I'm down. If I be able to play Sage all the time, I'm actually would be so.
Yeah, I mean, when you started out playing Valorant, you were maining Sage pretty much for every single game.
Yeah.
It's just a bit unfortunate that they nerfed her to the ground.
Recently, I've been playing her more. I wouldn't consider her that bad, but she's still definitely usable.
drop.
Still usable. I think on a map like Split, I know Split, it's
Vine as
very
well.
true.
Yeah.
Like we saw earlier on.
It's
in the
such a
previous game.
great agent to have the ability to slow people down when it comes to pushes. I love like just holding down sides. I want to be like the defense. I want to be the shield. Like holding on. No, you shall not pass.
You shall not pass. What is a Sage has a voice line. What is it?
I will be both your shield and sword.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the you are a boulder.
I am a mountain. Yeah.
So looks like one of the players are having technical issues, just trying to reconnect back
jogging.
into the game.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I was trying to click on chugging earlier on, but I couldn't because it went back to Omni all the time. So yeah,
Error Valorant 6. It happens. It happens.
it happens. It happens.
But meanwhile, once more, we're going to shout out our sponsors. We got Dreamcore, we got Super Solid, we've got Yahoo, as well as Intel. Speaking of Intel, this is exactly how Warlocks have been trying to play over on attack. They're trying to gather intel and trying to pick fights. Doesn't work out. It might work out better now that they're on defense. But I don't know.
I feel like this meta is definitely more in favor of retakes, initiations, rather than actually anchoring sites, because playing really fast is just more beneficial
Exactly.
in Valorant right now, especially on this meta. You have hit laser, sky, breach, 2-second flashes, and you have so many flashes in this current meta as well. We have Phoenix, you know.
It Definitely rewards calculated aggression.
Yes. That's why when I was watching our first strike matches in NA or EU, we don't really see that much anchors. We don't see,
Yeah.
like, I don't even see that much, especially in NA, I don't even see that much ciphers anymore, surprisingly.
Right?
Yeah.
I think at most you want to have at least just one sentinel.
Yeah. I do see killjoys once in a while. So yeah.
It's kind of a toss-up, right? If you go for a killjoy, then you don't want a cipher.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I felt like that was how it was back when Valorant just started. Like it's either just one cipher or one like killjoy. I mean, no, not killjoy. It was just one cipher and one sage one, because killjoy wasn't out yet. So one cipher, one sage. Okay, we have a cipher or sage. And then or it could be like cipher or Sova. You know, it's like who's gonna be gathering intel? Are we gonna play cipher Sova or cipher Sova sage? You know.
Definitely a lot of things to consider. But this is where we start to experiment and see how different compositions work out. I mean, I think if you have the correct playstyle to complement the Asian composition, it could work out. But definitely, it's very difficult to attack when you have, when you don't have flashes, I think.
Yeah, and also at the same time, people have been talking about. I want to point out one scenario as well. I feel like people keep talking about Icebox being a really like unpleasant map to play on. I want to say that this is not CS:GO or any other FPS that has been out a long time. This is Valorant.
It's new.
And Valorant is based more on abilities and agents. The abilities don't really kill, but I mean aside from Raze, right? But you really have to look at agent composition, and that's what I feel like people need to focus on more. It's all about agent compositions and accommodating those agent compositions to the map that you're playing.
Yes, for sure. I mean, just watching streams, people are starting to figure Icebox out. I mean, yes, you can say it's annoying, but it's still in the competitive pool, and there are there are just so many possibilities, especially if you're playing an agent like Jet or Omen. There's so much that you can do on a map such as Icebox. There's so much that you can play with.
Yeah, and I do understand that it must be frustrating to actually look at angles such as B side when you're trying to go through the left side there.
It's a lot of verticality.
There's not just verticality, there's a lot of corners. And there are a lot of pockets where players can actually just hide in. But at the same time, that's where your team, that's where your abilities come into play. You have agents like Sky, which is really good in Icebox. We have agents like Breach, which is also really good. You can use a fault line in various ways where you can find out exactly where your opponents are. That's why Breach is so good to be played on Icebox. You know, I just want to. The reason why I brought this out is because people have been saying, you know, I want to dodge Icebox. I'm not gonna dodge Icebox. I'm dodging Icebox every single time. Maybe learn how to play Icebox.
Yes.
Because that will just make you, ultimately will make you a better player in general.
That is true.
Imagine the future maps that's going to come through, right? If this is the type of mentality that you have, then it's not going to
What are you doing?
well for
Yeah,
you.
it doesn't benefit you. It doesn't help you grow as a player.
Yeah.
Definitely agree. But speaking of Sky, How do you think Sky works out in this current meta?
I would say Sky is definitely in the same position as Reach. It's all about initiation. It's all about teamwork. Um, because most of the time you're not going to be able to have your guns out,
I need a drop.
and you wouldn't be able to do as much damage as you think you could.
Hey.
But your ultimate,
Yeah.
your abilities are
Tuck, tuck.
so good when it
Hell of a
comes to
job.
helping your teammates. You have heals, you have flashes that you can control exactly when
Oh
you go
yeah.
in the most obnoxious ways, and you have the wolf, which is great. It's like a hunter's drone, like an owl drone, you know.
Plus, if it hits, you can
You
stun.
stun and AOE stun.
Hey.
AOE, I do believe
Sorry.
when you hit someone, it AOE damages the people around it as well.
Yeah.
That
Let's
is
rotate.
in the vicinity of the person that's getting hit.
Quiet.
And the
Fall
ultimate
back.
literally tells you
Sorry.
exactly where your,
Exactly
your
where.
opponents are. Just follow it and you're fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sky has so much potential.
Oh yeah, I remember you're one of the people who got to try out Sky and Icebox
yeah.
early on.
But then again, the Sky is already out. I think everyone here
True.
has the ability to, or has the time to just check it
Or
out.
you know,
Sky.
if you just want a quick download, just watch your YouTube channel.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have that video up,
Yeah, you can. if you want.
perfectly describing all of the.
You can if you want. You don't have to, but you can if you want. But yeah, like I mentioned, it's all about retakes right now. It's all about initiations in this current meta, and I feel like people need to look at that. This is why I say agent picks are so important. It's not about
It can make or break.
Yeah, it
your
can make like in this current situation. Look at this. Look at
10 and 2.
look at this drafting that we have from both teams, and you can definitely tell the difference, the outcome that is coming.
Yes.
You can definitely say, oh, maybe the red team is just better than the other team. You know, maybe they're just better when it comes to like maybe they aim better, blah 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 blah. But if you put both teams and then you put like
Yeah.
aim wise, they're all as good. You can definitely tell who's gonna be
Exactly.
winning this match.
It's if you have equal skill, which
Yeah.
is which tends to be the case for top teams, pro players, they tend to be, their aim, their shooting is all down. They have it perfectly memorized and everything. It all comes down to how they play the utility game, how they play it tactically instead of just banking on your aim and your shooting to
Yeah.
find kills.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, Valorant is probably one of the most forgiving games when it comes to aim. It's actually pretty easy to
Oh,
get
yeah.
kills when it comes to aim wise. That's why you really have to focus on intel.
Yes.
And when I say intel, it's not about finding exactly where the enemy is, whatever. Intel as in like knowing the insides of each agent in this game, knowing the maps in this game. Once you have that in your head, you probably would be one of the best players in this game.
Knowing how to use your utility definitely upgrades your games by just so much more. I mean, speaking of which, it's agents like Sky, right? You talk about the flashes, you can curve it, you can throw it out and just instantly flash or use it in so many ways. But another thing that is so big, so amazing, I think a player like Mixwell from G2 spoke about it. It is so strong, the fact that you can throw it out, blind someone, and then she says blinded. And that's how you know someone is
Yeah.
over by that area.
I
And
mean,
that's
in general, there should always be someone in a site.
yes.
On the side, right? There's no way like it wouldn't say blind. For example, if you're playing Icebox, there's always someone in the corner or the right side wall. I'm not really sure exactly where to say it. Like each wall, there's left and right, there's corners there. There's bound to be someone there. You know. But that blinded alone, the sound of blinded.
Just knowing that you blinded someone, that kind of gives you an opportunity. Like, okay, I can possibly push this guy.
Yeah, but the thing is that the blinded it says blinded, but then again, you don't exactly know where the person is.
True.
The person can just look behind, and the blind can only be for like not even a full blind,
True.
like a half blind. It could give you a false sense of security.
Definitely a possible false sense of security.
Like, oh, you're blinded. Oh, I'm gonna push you, and then all of a sudden you realize that nope, I looked behind. I'm not that stupid.
Yeah. And that's where reactions come into play if you can dodge flashes and blinds.
Sometimes it also makes it hard for you to figure out whether you want to look behind or you want to shoot the hawk.
Oh yeah, you can shoot
Right?
the hawk
You
down.
can shoot the hawk down, but at the same time, should you take the opportunity to shoot the hawk and try to take it down, or would you avoid the flash? Because you don't know when the person's gonna pop it.
Right?
Yeah.
If you
It's-
shoot the hawk down, you're basically kind of giving your position away. If you turn away and it does say blinded, you could possibly bait someone into pushing you, but you're not actually fully blinded.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's how strong the blind is. It's pretty good.
All of these possibilities and things to consider, and that's what, you know, kind of goes into what makes a professional player. Of course, I mean, this is just theory crafting. We're talking about agent compositions. We're not even talking about set executes yet. You know, watching teams like, say, Vision Strikers, T1, 100 Thieves, and how they work together as a team, the way they scrim, the way they drill, the way they execute and push onto a site. There are so many crazy things that you can do.
I think we might actually still have to wait a longer time, which is kind of interesting, knowing the fact that, you know, there are rules and regulations that you have to abide.
Technical issues happen. It's the error, Valorant error 6 that I think comes through with.
Yeah, but unfortunately we have a scheduled overhaul.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's very possible that the Warlocks might have to play a 5v4, trying to get the issues fixed. But in the meantime,
Yeah, I think we're gonna go for a short break, and we're gonna start the match. We're gonna resume the match straight away the moment we have resolved the issue. So do stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we're back with the match itself. TiAMAT versus Warlocks.Fatale. I do believe we are just gonna go straight with the 4v5, unfortunately. I mean, these kind of technical issues, you can't really do much about it now, can you?
yeah, sometimes it's really unfortunate, but it can happen. It is what it is. So unfortunately, Warlocks will be going without their 5th member, and it's a very crucial member as well because that's their Omen player.
Yeah, there's smokes.
Yeah, so minus smokes, minus the flash. It looks like TiAMAT will just push right through. This is going to be an easy frag for side of TiAMAT
Spike
here.
planted.
Spike gets planted as well. Now it's all up to the 3 remaining members on Warlock's side to come in with a retake.
No flash at all from Moonstar, but Pi will be able to take down Blue. Moonstar, 9 HP, takes down Prudence. The only 2 players remaining is going to be Tiger. But the Omen. The Omen is not even there anymore. So
Yeah, it's all up to Tiger for sure. But she's buying
Player
enough
standing.
time, but you know what? TiAMAT have enough time to defuse as
look at how
well.
much damage they've dealt.
Quite enough, right? So just thinking about it, if Shao King was still in this,
And they don't have time too. They actually got the round.
oh,
Yep.
I thought they had time.
I actually thought they had time as well. They could have actually refused. I'm not really
That
sure why
was,
they did not.
Yeah.
Interesting. But you know, I don't know if this is a thing, but in CS:GO, can't you just control the enemy when you're dead? Like when you, when your teammate is AFK or something, like 4v5,
Oh yeah. Well,
right? When they will turn into a bot.
they will turn into a bot. They don't have that in Valorant.
Yeah. You should do that in Valorant, actually. The ability to like control your
We don't have AI technology yet in
AI
Valorant.
technology. we don't have Skynet.
We don't have Skynet.
Yeah.
But hopefully the Warlocks will be back here. Looks like they're just playing the defensive game, and of course this is where their double Sentinel setup shines. We have one Killjoy over by B, we have the Cypher over by A, but it looks like TiAMAT will just push right on through into B. Guns
my goodness,
blazing, but
Blue!
Blue is able to take
We
2
did not
members
expect
down
that.
with Frenzy.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna look at him because he has a frenzy, but okay.
Should not have happened, but somehow.
Revealing area.
Here it comes. TiAMAT will be able to get control over
Spike
the
planted.
site. Spike goes down. High just holding the ground with the Spectre, able to spray, pump them full of lead, and now all of a sudden it's up to Blue
11 HP and a dream. Oh!
Gets
Blue!
the third,
Player remaining.
but ultimately Shidori will just use her lightning blade to cut her in half. So TiAMAT looking at 12 and 2 here, possibly. Wait. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta kill him first, yeah.
That's
12-2 right in this
Match
is gonna
point.
be match point here for TiAMAT. Really unfortunate situations here from. I mean, at least it's a double elimination.
Yeah, so they still stand a
Yeah.
chance, you know. But commiserations to Warlocks.Fatale, of course. I think there were some fans of Chao King or something in the chat. So, you know, show them your support. They're not out of this tournament just yet. But unfortunately, I think TiAMAT should be the ones taking this round away. They have their rifles as well.
Unless.
Unless.
Oh no.
I mean, thinking about it, right? If you can turn a 4v5 into a 13 and 12 or something, that's
You never know.
That's another story
You
to
never
tell.
know. It could happen.
Spike planted.
That's a headline right there. So we see Prudence gonna find the first frag onto Shidori. Now looking to clear out U-Haul or Lamps with her paint shells. Just a little bit of insurance, but neglecting to watch
Whoa.
it. High pushes through. We'll be able to find 2. Looking for the third. She gets it, and now, yeah, I think this is basically TiAMAT's game here.
Yeah, it's gonna be GG 13-2.
Attackers
The score
win.
very convincing. Really unfortunate when it comes to the DC, but I personally thought that, you know, even without the DC, I felt like they could have just, you know, finished it up as well due to the meta and just due to the composition alone that they had against the side of Warlocks.Fatale. And that's pretty much it for the second match of the day. We're gonna come back with the third match coming up really soon. It's gonna be Affinity Esports versus Vendetta. You don't want to miss that, so stay tuned.